it's the Nitto ATP Finals from Turin in Italy 2024 between Jannik Sinner of Italy and Fritz of the USA. So I'm now going to give you my preview and predictions of the match. So to kick things off, I'm just going to look at some of the stats from the tournament so far in the 3 round robin matches and the semi-final. So Sinner's come through all his matches in straight sets. Fritz has not had such an easy passage with 2 3-setters in his round robin 3 and a semi-final. Their head-to-head, Sinner leads 3-1. Sets played so far in the tournament, 8 for Sinner, 10 for Fritz. Games played, 73 Sinner, 101 Fritz. That's a lot more games. He's averaging 9.1 games a set as Sinner and 10.1 for Fritz, so roughly a game per set more. Games conceded, 25 for Sinner and 48 for Fritz, almost double. Games conceded percentage, 34% Sinner, 48% Fritz. That's a pretty large gap. Current live ranking, Sinner is the world number 1 and Fritz is currently ranked number 4. He was number 5 when he came into the tournament. His live ranking has now jumped to 4 due to his performance in this tournament. Based on all of those stats, my pick would be Sinner. Now quickly I'm going to look at some of their recent meetings. So their last meeting was in this tournament in the round robin stages. Sinner won that 6-4, 6-4. They played in the US Open this year. Sinner won that in straight sets as well, 6-3, 6-4, 7-5. Last year they played in Indian Wells. Sinner won that 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. And their very first meeting was 2021 Indian Wells. Fritz won that 6-4, 6-3. So Sinner has won their last 3 meetings. So he seems to have got Fritz's number. That's not to say he's going to win, but certainly a far better player than he was in 2021, that's for sure. Seems to have patched a lot of the holes in his game. Yeah, he's looking a lot stronger than Fritz, that's for sure. And now I want to look at a few more detailed stats of this tournament so far. So aces so far, 27 for Sinner and 37 for Fritz, so he's smacking down the aces. Sinner's only had 1 double fault, Fritz has had 2, not a lot of double faults. First serve percentage, 60% Sinner and 66% Fritz, so he's got a higher first serve percentage. Win on first serve percentage, 80% for Sinner, 83% for Fritz. He's beaten him there on average. But however, this is the big one. Win on the second serve percentage, 69% for Sinner and 45% for Fritz. So he's way down on the second serve percentage there. And that will prove key, has proven key and will prove key going forward. Break points won, 12 for Sinner, 6 for Fritz. Breakpoint opportunities, 25-17. So breakpoint win percentage, 48% Sinner, 35% Fritz. So Sinner's a little bit better at converting his break points. Sinner hasn't played any tie breaks due to basically annihilation of his opponent. He gets the job done, he doesn't need to go to a tie break. Fritz has played 1 tie break and he's won that tie break. So Fritz is pretty good at the tie breaks, I have to say. And that was the one where he beat Zverev yesterday, 7-3 in the third and deciding set. That was a phenomenal match. Receiving points won, 89-91, not a lot in it. 246-316 points won. Not a lot to say about that really. That's mainly because Sinner has played less games, because he's been getting the matches won quicker, more efficiently. Max games 1 in a row, 5 for Sinner, 3 for Fritz. Max points 1 in a row, 8 for Sinner, 9 for Fritz. Service points won, 157-225. Service games won, 36-46. Opponents ranked, so the average rank, 6 for Sinner, 4 for Fritz. They're all top 8 players, so the ranks are going to be pretty low. But I don't know whether it's relevant, the fact that Taylor's opponent's average rank has just been a little bit lower. I don't know whether that'll factor into it at all. It might. So he has been playing just slightly tougher opponents. So my pick is still going to be Sinner. So now I want to focus on their round robin 2, which was the match that they played. Sinner actually played Fritz in the round robin stages. So let's have a look at that. So in the round robin second match, Sinner had 6 aces, Fritz had 7. Neither had any double faults. Their first serve percentage was exactly the same at 59%. The win on the first serve percentage was 77% for Sinner and 79% for Fritz. Just a couple of percentage points higher, not a lot in it really. But again, this is the big stat here, and this will be key. There's the win on the second serve percentage, 59% for Sinner and 38% for Fritz. So I believe this will be key today for Fritz. He really needs to win more on the second serve. So he needs to come in, he needs to be more aggressive on Sinner's second serve. And when he's serving, he needs to take more chances on the second serve. He can't be tentative and passive, you know, he needs to be more aggressive. I think he should go all out, because he's letting Sinner win too many of the second serve points. Break points won. Sinner won 2 obviously, and he had 6 opportunities, so 33%. Taylor didn't get any. And sadly for Taylor, that match could have actually gone to a couple of tiebreakers. He could have won the match. He basically just, I don't know what happened, but it was 4-all in both sets. It went to 4-all. They both held serve. Then Sinner held his serve to 5-4 in both sets. And then he broke Taylor to win 6-4 both sets. So that's a tennis player's dream, in my opinion, to win a match like that. You know what I mean? So the first chance you get to break to win the set, and then he did it twice to win the match, 6-4, 6-4. He could have obviously broke earlier, but I mean, to hold serve, all you can do is hold serve. You know, you can't hold that against a player holding a serve. That's basic. Every player wants to hold their serve, and then the first chance you get to win the set is in the 10th game. So when it's 5-4, and he took it, he seized it both times, Sinner. So phenomenal play. Taylor, I think, probably maybe just got a bit nervous. We know Taylor can play better than that. He has to today. Taylor needs to hold his serve. There's no doubt about it. Otherwise he's out. Otherwise he'll lose. He has to hold his serve, in my opinion. Take it to a couple of tie breaks, and then he might have a chance. Receiving points won 24, Sinner 20 for Fritz. Points won 70, Sinner 60 Fritz. Games won 12-8. Max games won in a row 3-1. Max points won 5-5. Service points 46-40. Service games 10-8, and the rank was 5-1. So my pick is Sinner. I just wanted to quickly show you the round robin stats. And the big thing that jumps out at me is this second serve percentage, which Taylor Fritz really needs to work on and sort out today. Otherwise he's losing this final. A few other things I want to discuss, some other boring stats I want to share with you. So in their whole careers, they've played 4 times. They've played exactly 100 games. Sinner has won 54, Fritz has won 46, so very close in games percentages. However, they've played exactly 10 sets, and Sinner has dominated in that department, 70% to 30%. He's won 7, Fritz has won 3. Matches, Sinner won 3, Fritz won 1. They've played 4 matches. So Sinner's dominance increases when you go from games to sets to matches. So the average game per set across the two players is 10 in their careers. They've played 100 games, 10 sets, so that's 10 games a set. So the most common likely set score is going to be 6-4 based on their previous results, and that's either player winning 6-4. But it's more likely Sinner will do it because he's won their last 3 meetings and he's won 3 out of 4 meetings, so that's exactly what he did in the round robin, 6-4, 6-4. So, but it's not like Sinner's blowing Fritz off the court 6-1, 6-2 like he did against Ruud. I can't see that happening. He's just getting it done with one break of serve for a 6-4, 6-4 kind of result. I mean, that must be every tennis player's dream, to win like that. You know, you break the guy when you're 5-4 up to win the set. And every tennis player's nightmare to lose a set in that manner. Imagine being 5-4 down and you're serving to stay in the set. You know, and nerves get the better of you, or you crack, or the opponent's just too good. He's clutch in those critical moments. You know, and you end up losing the set 6-4. Must be hell to go through that. I would hate that. At least take it to a tiebreaker, you know what I mean? If I can get it to a tiebreaker and he beats me in a tiebreaker, fair enough. That would be a horrible way to lose a set, in my opinion. I'd rather lose the set 6-love than lose it 6-4 in that manner, to be honest. So Fritz must hold serve, and he must try and take each set to at least a tiebreak, if he has going to have a chance today. However, if he does break Sinner, which is very, very unlikely, but if he does, then yeah, he could very easily win the title as well. But I can't see him breaking Sinner today. I can see him maybe taking it to a tiebreak. That's about it. Oddly enough, they've never played a tiebreak. So it'd be hard to predict who would win the tiebreaks between these two. They've played a lot of tiebreaks in their career, but they've never played a tiebreak against one another. But given Fritz's performance in the tournament so far and the way he beat Zverev yesterday 7-3 in that deciding set tiebreak, this is a man who knows how to lock in when it really matters. So he could easily win the tiebreaks. Sinner might crumble. So on the subject of tiebreaks, the only way it'll go to tiebreaks is if they both serve impeccably. Sinner has had no tiebreaks in the tournament because he's been serving impeccably and wiping players off the court. Fritz has had one tiebreak against Zverev in the semis. Sinner has not dropped a set. He's 8-0 for the tournament, and he's not lost a match. He's 4-0 for the tournament. Fritz has dropped a few sets. He's 6-4 sets, 1 loss for the tournament, and he's lost a match against Sinner, obviously, so that's 3-1 for the tournament. Sinner's games won and lost for the tournament is 48-1, 25 loss, so 66% win rate, so roughly 2 out of 3. Fritz is 53 win, 48 loss, roughly 52, which is roughly a half. So Sinner's way out in front there in that department. So Fritz really needs to improve. Now, I was watching the Indian Wells 2021 match recently, and just to see what Fritz was doing there, to see what he could maybe implement today and things that I picked up. I noticed that when he serves out wide, that he can get Sinner off balance. Sinner has to stretch. Now Sinner is improving, he's very fast, he's very elastic, kind of like Djokovic, so he can get balls back even from those angles. But Fritz was winning a lot of points serving out wide. So if he's serving down the tee, it's less likely he'll win the points. He's more likely to win when he serves out wide. I also noticed that when he drew him to the net, he was playing some beautiful inside-out backhand passes. Draw Sinner into the net, inside-out backhand pass. Beautiful shot, absolutely gorgeous. He needs to cut out the double faults and the unforced errors. That's pretty basic. But compared to 2021, Sinner's much quicker. He moves quicker, he's more elastic. And his serve is impeccable. It's improved immensely. So what I was saying earlier about the second serve percentage, second serve points won percentage. Sinner is leading Fritz throughout the whole tournament. Every match he's ahead. If you compare to the players that he was playing in the round robins, then Sinner was much better against those players than Fritz was. And then obviously in their own round robin, he was around 20% better. So this will be key today. Fritz needs to improve second serve. So when he's serving, he needs to be far more aggressive, take more chances on the second serve. Try and mix it up, try and catch Sinner off guard, surprise him. Don't make it predictable, don't make it obvious, because Sinner's just going to smack it back. And then when he's receiving, he needs to be more aggressive, he needs to take chances. You know, don't be tentative, don't be staying back and stuff like that. So yeah, so whether he's receiving or whether he's serving, he needs to improve his second serve game. So to wrap things up, so a few thoughts. So after watching the round robin match again, Fritz could have won that. Both sets were identical. I mean, both held serve to 4-4, and then Sinner held to go 5-4, and then he breaks to take each set 6-4. Horrible way to lose a set, fantastic way to win a set. So Fritz might have, as I say, might have been feeling nervous, feeling pressure. He can't let that happen today. So I think it's mental with Fritz when it comes to that. Don't worry about the scoreline, just, I know it's hard. I mean, I'm not even a tennis player, and I'm criticising the guy. It can't be easy. It can't be easy. I know that. But yeah, this is what he has to try and do. So in terms of what the players need to do today to win, or to have a chance of winning, Sinner doesn't really need to do much, if anything. Keep being super aggressive, keep doing what he's doing. He's very fast, mixes up the shots, he's hard to read. I mean, he's virtually flawless. I can't really pick out any flaws in his game at the minute. So if Sinner just keeps doing what he always does, and he has been doing all year, he's the world number one for a reason, then it's just going to be another regulation match. He's got it in the bag. Fritz, however, has some work to do. He needs to hold his serve. He can't let Sinner break him, otherwise it's lights out. No free games or sets, no free points. These are kind of obvious things, basic things, but in the heat of the moment, it can be difficult to implement. He needs to attack the Sinner second serve, as I say, more on the return, and he needs to be more aggressive on his own second serve, go all out. My prediction, I still think Sinner will come through, but if Fritz can take it to tie breaks, who knows, maybe Sinner will crumble. So guys, I hope you enjoy the match. It should be a cracker. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. And please check out some of my polls as well and give your vote.